What is up, boys and girls? Welcome to the channel. I am here right next to Martha's Camp Village, where all the rich people like to live. And then North Star is right behind me. This is a great little trail along 267, which goes to Kings Beach, founded by a mobster named Joseph King. Him and Frank Sinatra actually helped start that little town by the lake. But I'm not here today to talk about that because I am strapped for time and I probably won't be back in Tahoe until the sun's starting to go down. I'm gonna make a video today about my expenses and my car setup, because I make all my money basically from driving on Uber, but the problem is I also live in the vehicle. So how do I do it? It's not complicated, if you're wondering. Basically, a roof box is clutch. It is the key to the success, because then you can have everything that you have in the roof box and then keeping your car as empty as possible. So the first step is to have a solid backpack with these REI tailgate containers, just to help organize everything. You can see socks, underwear in there. And then in the same container, shirts, and then shorts, and basically pants, which for me is sweatpants. And then over here, this is my bag. I've got like my drone, 360 camera. Usually this camera's in there. I generally take 15 milligrams of creatine every day, some magnesium, more magnesium, because sleeping can be tough. That really helps you sleep well. And those are basically the only things I have in my vehicle. As you can see, the rear seat is completely empty, and then the trunk space is basically all empty as well. The rest of everything is in my roof box, which only gets complicated at times when people say, oh, we have extra skis, we'll just put them in the roof box. And then I tell them, no, that's already filled. So I just packed this up inside out in the bag, but this is the X-Ped Mega Mat, which is amazing. And then in here is basically all of my bedding. I've got like the sheet system, I got my pillow, I've got a rumple blanket in there, which is kind of like good for just about everything. And then I have another rumple blanket. Actually, no, this is my down sleeping bag in there. That's the 10-degree Western Mountaineering bag. In here, I keep like extra like ski gear and just like running stuff, like outdoors running gear. Dirty clothes, they just go in a garbage bag that's Febreze. I haven't found the bag yet for my hiking boots, but I'll usually wear these if I'm out snowshoeing. And then in here, I've got another pair of trail running shoes, along with some road running shoes. So I have 4 pairs of shoes with me, only because I'm typically always getting a pair really wet. And then I've got some supplements in here, like multivitamins. I've got, this is basically like cinnamon. Yeah, just supplements, boring. And then my snowshoes are in here. So as you can see, like, I've got quite a bit of room. And so with this setup, I could even put my backpack in here also to clear up extra room in the back in case people have like skis or just a ton of suitcases, which I'm not going to turn down some of the XL rides, which I can do on this. And so I need there to be extra space in here. I have put suitcases from people in here also, just pack this thing to the brim, which this is the Thule XXL box. And if you have the car for it, is definitely the way to go. And it looks cool, I think. This might look like it's unorganized, but everything has its own little bag and place to go, which is pretty great. And I know I get a lot of smack for living in California, but I guess there's a few reasons for it. Number one is the wages are pretty high here, and I can get some pretty good health insurance stipends through the state because my income is much lower than what the median income is. So that's one reason for staying in California, which I think is beneficial. I mean, obviously, like, the terrain is great, the weather's awesome. You know, within like 6 hours, you can be in any kind of weather patterns that you like. So that's great. I know it's kind of like basically California, but there's a lot of good people here. You know, each city is run differently than like how the whole entire state is. So, you know, you gotta take a lot of the good with the bad. Definitely things are expensive though. My car insurance is kind of ridiculous. I'm going with no name insurance, kind of like bare minimum, and it's still $178 a month. So, you know, miles will round up to like $200 a month. And then food is probably about $100 a week, $20 a day, but I usually do about 2 days a week of fasting. So that's 2 of those days off from not really eating, but then probably another $5 for like a coffee or something because I can't make it at home. So that will probably round out to $100 a week. My cell phone, that's about $180, and that's just because I have my phone financed with Verizon. I have an iPad that's financed with it, and then I have a plan for my phone, the iPad, and that kind of like jacks up, you know, the higher the price for the phone plan. Other than that, dental insurance is $20 a month. I think eye insurance, which I don't really need, but I have it, it's at like $25. So it's like a bunch of little things that kind of just start adding up. My car payment is a lot at $800, and that was a real mistake of mine to buy that car. I realized that, but at the time I was making a lot more money, and you know, I had those resources, and I kind of bought it with the idea that if I ever did go homeless, because after my divorce I was homeless for a while, and I wasn't in a nice vehicle for car living or car camping. And with this car, the Audi, the seats all go completely flat, and that's a big benefit. And so I basically view $800 a month as my rent. So altogether with the car, it's $1,000, and then probably just miscellaneous, I'm at $1,500 a month, which might be high for some people, and for others it might be super low. At least when Uber is busy up here in Tahoe, Like over New Year's Eve, I made $666. Yesterday I made 350. Today I'm right at 400. So as long as it's hot on like rideshare and like Uber Eats and Instacart, I can make good money. But I can only really make that kind of money here in Tahoe. If I move to another state or really any other kind of lower income city, even within California, my income would drop by 50% easily, so quick. And it's only because this is kind of a remote area. It's a vacation destination. And so it's nice because I do get to live, I guess, in this vacation spot, and it's beautiful. It is really cold, but I literally have 3 blankets in my car, and that helps tremendously to where I could be overheating even when it's below 10 degrees. So there's really no that many drawbacks to being in Tahoe, to being in California in general. Like I could probably go back to Idaho and live there, but the minimum wages are so low. The Uber market would be basically like nothing. And I honestly I don't want to go and work at some soulless corporation in like an Amazon warehouse or fast food or the bank. I am kind of in this mindset of not already being in the most healthy, like happy mindset. And so I have to do all I can every day to stay happy and joyful, because pretty quickly I could fall into more of a depressive state. And I'm just trying to still come back from a lot of heartache and just, I don't know if it's overall hardship or what, but that's just kind of where I am now. And so far, you know, I've been doing this for, I don't know, maybe like 4 months now. It's not the end of the world. It's not the greatest, but I'm making it work for me. So don't feel bad for me. Partly this is by choice. I mean, it's not really by choice. I mean, if I could find something to rent for like $500, $600 a month plus utilities, I would do that. But anything over that, I feel like I'm throwing too much money away when I could be either saving it or just living the life I am now, which isn't too bad. I've gotten to explore a ton of places. It's been great. I've been able to make videos, which I've been finding is like it's a good passion of mine. And it's just like, if it's not broken, then I don't see a reason to really fix it quite yet. I'm sure the time will come, but for right now, I guess I'm not living the dream, but I'm living the best life that I think I can at the moment, and the circumstances that have been dealt to me. And I don't know, I really don't have too much else to say. I don't really have any expenses. I really need to get rid of the car. If I get rid of the car and have a lower payment or something with better gas mileage with an outlet in it, I mean, that would be fantastic. Probably a minivan would be the best. But right now I can't get out of the car. The whole car market is kind of flipped upside down. So I kind of just need to make the best of it for right now and just keep chugging forward. And also, I mean, I can write off a lot of the interest for the vehicle. I can write off any kind of maintenance I'm doing, since I'm doing Uber a lot. So it kind of does work out in a way. I mean, it's not fantastic or anything, but still, it does make Uber's income somewhat of a tax-free job in a way. Yeah, I guess, you know, I could complain more, you know, that there's a lot of government waste and like places could be doing more that help people find some kind of housing, but I don't think they're about to do that until shit really hits the fan. And so we're kind of in it for right now. This is a long rant, and I think it's just, you know, I'm just doing the best I can. It's not great. It's not terrible. And with that, I'm gonna call it a day. Wishing you guys the best, and I'll see you tomorrow. All of this tomorrow is probably gonna be covered in snow. It's gonna be a blizzard coming through. Right now it's beautiful. We got like a nice sunset here. Look at the mountains over here too. Like, what do I got to complain about? There's people in Africa living in a straw hut made of mud. And I'm like cruising around in a luxury car. I mean, let's just be real. I mean, this best life, it ain't so bad. I think it's just the point that living in a car is hard. It's definitely not like the easiest thing in the world to do. But I guess I'm trying to just give myself some excuses, saying it's not so bad. So yeah. I stay warm at night. I'm able to eat well, healthy. I'm surviving. And you know, the good news is I don't really have family or kids to worry about. So I guess there's that element. So maybe this is my midlife crisis. But we all have crises, and we all have challenges. It's how we face those challenges. We get mad, angry, depressed, the whole gamut of emotions, or we can just take it as the challenges come with a smile. Besides, this whole place ain't our final destination. All right, I'm gonna stop there.